Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, does this ever get easier? Those that are doing live streams out there, does this ever get easier? Because I'm nervous again today. You would think that I was like going to speak in front of thousands of people, which I have done before, which is strange because it might be easier to even do that than do these live streams. I don't know what's up with that, but good morning. Hello, Don, my friend. Uda, Susan, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thanks for jumping on this morning, you guys. Oh my goodness, it's interesting how the Spirit works, how the Holy Spirit works. After I say a prayer to do this live stream, it's like things change. Like what I had planned isn't what I'm supposed to speak about this morning or what I'm supposed to share with you guys this morning. So just know that I'm going by the Spirit. I'm not really sure if my notes are even valid, even though I guess I write them down for me and for, I don't even know. I think all this is for me. And you guys, thank you for, all the love that you shared yesterday and your comments on my live stream and, all the messages I got after through my inbox and Marco Polo's. And oh, I love you all. I really do. I'm not going to make this a bawling thing because it's not about my story today, but I get emotional. One of my gifts that I have is to love everybody, like everyone. In fact, one day I was stopped off the exit on the interstate here in Utah. And you know how the homeless people sit there and they want money and stuff. And I got out and I totally hugged this guy when I gave him some money. And my kids were like, Mom, why are you hugging? I'm like, honey, I love all people, and I do, and I unconditionally love all people. So when I tell you guys I love you, I really do. Even if I don't know you and I haven't met you, I just have that gift of loving all people. So thank you for loving me back and for being on here this morning. Okay, we're going to get started. Sometimes these are going to be just a couple of minutes, and sometimes they might be a little bit more, and I'm not even sure what today's going to be because it's I'm just going by the Spirit today because I feel like there's something I'm supposed to share. So I was reading in my book this morning. It's called Jesus Calling. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but and I'll share the image of the book later today. But for today's, I just wanted to read it, and it didn't even go along with what I was going to talk about today. But I feel like someone out there needs to hear this today. So it says, entrust your loved ones to me. Release them into my protective care. They are much safer with me than in your clinging hands. You guys ever felt like that? Especially those moms that have the kids going back to school, or just any of your kids, right? Or even any of your loved ones, just release them to God. If you let a loved one become an idol in your heart, you endanger that one as well as yourself. Remember the extreme measures I used with Abraham and Isaac. I took Isaac to the very point of death to free Abraham from son worship. Both Abraham and Isaac suffered terribly because of the father's undisciplined emotions. I detest idolatry. I don't even know how to say that word, even in the form of present love. When you release loved ones unto me, you are free to cling to my hand, right? We get closer to God. As you entrust others into my care, I am free to shower blessings on them. My presence will go with them wherever they go, and I will give them rest. This same presence stays with you as you relax and place your trust in me. Watch to see what I will do. And it just reminds me of some of my prayers sometimes, and I learned this from the book, The Circle Maker. I love that book. But one of the things is ask God to surprise you. And, some people are like, why do you do that? Like, you're going to invite negativity in your life. I'm like, oh no, he's going to surprise me in a big way. And if it's something that I need to learn from, then I'll learn from it, but it might be something great as well. So I'm always like, God, surprise me today. What do you have for me today? What kind of, how can I bring people to you today? Who do I need to serve? Just surprise me. So it just reminds me of that. And that was totally off subject of what I was going to talk about today, but I feel like someone needed to hear that today. So I just wanted to talk about, well, first of all, to thank you, which I already did, but I want those of you that are jumping on right now, thank you for your love and your support. And there's just so many people that relate with what I'm going through. And, even though it's interesting to, people have written to me and been like, I have been in a funk too, or I've been, I know what it's like to be in the lowest place of my life. And in a way, I'm like, I'm sorry that you've had to go through that. But then in the second breath or the second sentence, I'm like, it's so nice to know that other people go through it and that you're not alone. Does that make sense? All right. So I've had a few people message me or even in the comments yesterday and say, what is an affirmation? Like, you're doing these affirmations. What is an affirmation? So an affirmation, I actually wrote down what it is, like what they say it is, and then I'll tell you how I do my affirmations. But what is an affirmation? Affirmations are sentences aimed to affect the conscious and the subconscious mind, okay? And it just goes on and on. But it's just one of those things that you can say to yourself, and sometimes at the beginning, you're like, oh my gosh, I think I'm lying to myself. Like when I first heard about affirmations years and years ago, my friend was like, Jill, stand in the mirror and say, I am thin, I am healthy, I am fit, and I weighed 263 pounds. So I'm like, I can't say that. I am like lying to myself. And she's like, no, you just got to keep saying it and it will become reality. So, the first few times I was like, oh, I am thin, I am fit, like this is ridiculous kind of thing. And I wasn't saying it like with enthusiasm or anything. I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. But pretty soon, I was just getting into it. I'm like, I'm thin, I'm fit, I'm a miracle. And when you say it with enthusiasm, it just changes the entire energy and the entire vibration of your entire being, right? So have you guys seen the YouTube video of that little girl? I'll post it. But the little girl on YouTube that she's got this bright red hair, but she stands in front of her mirror on her bathroom and she's just in the mirror and she's like, I love my life, I love my family, I love my hair, she just goes on and I love that video so much. So if you don't know what an affirmation is, go watch that YouTube video of her. But even like the affirmation that I shared yesterday, it's the first one I say every day, and there's another one I'm going to share with you that's one of the first ones as well, but it's not today because I was going to be today, but I'm supposed to share something else with you today. So but I'm like, I am a light and a powerful light. I stand in my truth and I'm in love with myself. And if I'm not feeling it, I just, I say it until I start feeling it. And just the best time to say affirmations is any time of the day. It doesn't really matter. And we'll get into visualizations and things like that another time on these. So I just wanted to share with you what an affirmation is. It's something that changes your subconscious mind, right? It's the subconscious mind that really works, so much. And affirmations can be either way. Like if you're not saying positive affirmations, we're having that negative self-talk. So it's like the universe is like, if you say so. And I even have a t-shirt my friend made for me that says, if you say so, and it says the universe, because I'm always calling people on their crap. And I love that my friends call me on it too. So if I'm like, oh my gosh, I am never going to release this weight, then the universe is like, if you say so, and you're just going to hold on to it, right? So watch what you're saying to yourself, whether it's positive or negative. And we have a lot of negative self-talk, which I'm going to go into really quickly. And it's going to go into what my affirmation is today. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what the dot people are. So before we came to earth, we all lived in heaven, right, with Heavenly Father and Satan. And 2/3 of the host of heaven followed Jesus, and the other third followed Satan. And so we have all these dark angels, and I don't even call them angels because angels to me are like heavenly great people, but they're people, these invisible beings, so I call them dot people, on this earth that are making it so we don't progress. They don't want us to, they're just jealous that we have a body and they don't, and they're trying their hardest to get us down and not live our purpose here on earth. And so when I refer to them as the dot people, you'll know what I'm talking about. So every morning, not every morning, but most mornings when I get up, and especially, as I was being prompted to do this whole affirmation segment and live stream thing, I would hear these dot people in my head saying, Jill, you have nothing to add to these people's lives. Like, why do you think that people are even going to listen to you? Or, oh shoot, someone's calling me. Okay. So why would you think that people would even listen to you? Like, you have nothing of value to say. And it happens to me a lot. In fact, to the point where it shut me down so that I wasn't even doing, calls for my team anymore. I wouldn't even pick up the phone to talk to people because I thought, you have nothing to add to people's lives. You have nothing of value. And so it's interesting how that works and how you can, you realize that it's happening. I mean, at least I do, just because I know, what the negative feels like in my life. And if it's not positive or light, then it's not coming from God. It's coming from, the opposite and the adversity. So my affirmation that I want to share with you guys today, that I say quite often, is that I'm a leader and what I say adds value to others' lives. Because we're all leaders. We are, whether you're the leaders of your kids, your grandkids, your spouse, we're leading someone, your church group. We're all leaders in some way, shape, or form, and that you do have value to add to other people's lives. Don't let those dang dot people get to you and tell you opposite of whatever it is. So a lot of times whatever the dot person is telling me that day, over and over again, because it seems like it's a pattern, like, Jill, you have no worth. And all day it's like, oh, I have no worth. Like, I remember sitting out at my meditation point one day. It was during celebration when everyone was at Nashville. And I sat out there and I just bawled, and I just felt like I just had that come over me, like, you have no worth. Like, those dot people were just screaming in my ear, you have no worth. No one even likes you. And I just, and I didn't ever get to the point of suicide, thank goodness. Like, I was never suicidal. But right then, I knew that I had to do something about that. And that was my defining moment to turn my setback into my comeback. And I called on my angels right then. And I'm like, Heavenly Father, I'm calling on all my angels right now to come and buoy me up and to help me get through this. And I just remember walking back to my house. I mean, it's only a couple hundred yards away, or even that. I don't even know. I don't know yards or feet really, but it's not very far away. And I just remember feeling lifted and like I was almost being carried back to my house because I had so much help from the other side to help me come from this setback to a comeback. And all of us have it within. We have everything inside us that we even need to make a comeback, for sure. Where did I even go with that? I don't even know where I was going with that. But just know that whatever you say has value, and make sure that it's good value, right? You don't want to be putting negativity into your kids and things. So the affirmation for today is, I am a leader, and what I say adds value to others' lives. And you guys, I just want you to know how much I love you and how much value you have in my eyes and in the eyes of God, which is the most important, right? Our self-worth doesn't come from anyone. It doesn't come from our husband. Sometimes you look at your husband, you're like, I'm just not happy because you're not fulfilling my love language, or you're not, but you know what? It comes from inside. Your worth comes from within inside you and from our Heavenly Father. And I just want to leave that with you guys. I almost feel like I need to say a prayer to end this, but I won't. That's weird. But I just love being with you live this morning, and I know that it's going to get so much easier. And you guys, thanks for the love. Yes, setback to a comeback, and I'll be on tomorrow morning. I love you guys so much. Have a fantastic day. And I'll be posting the affirmation later. Oh, I really, really quickly wanted to say that I'm wearing blue today, and my affirmation today is going to be in blue, because the blue is the throat chakra, and it helps you speak your truth. I had a pink shirt on a little bit ago, and I'm like, oh, I got to throw blue on because it will help me speak my truth. So I don't have too much blue in my closet, so you won't see me in blue every day, but it's helping me, talk to you guys. And so if you're feeling like you need to do, like if you're giving a presentation, or if you need to have a hard conversation with someone or something like that, wear blue. It will help you speak your truth. All right, you guys, love you. Have a fantastic day.